Hello children, welcome to your English classes. Please like the video if you enjoy it. Let's get started. Today we'll read The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, written by Mark Twain. Chapter 2, My Father Returns. Next morning, Miss Watson was very angry when she saw my clothes. But the widow, she didn't scold me. She only cleaned off the grease and mud and looked so sad. I thought I would behave for a while if I could. 3 or 4 months passed and I had started going to school. I already knew how to read and spell and do a little arithmetic. I found school was not bad after all and attended fairly regularly, playing hooky only rarely. I was also getting used to the widow's ways of doing things, so it did not bother me too much. Living in a house and sleeping on a bed still made me uncomfortable. So till the cold weather set in, I would often slip out and sleep outside under the trees. I liked the old ways best, but I was learning to like the new ways too. The widow said I was coming along slow but sure. She wasn't ashamed of me. One day at breakfast, I turned over the salt cellar. That was sure to mean bad luck for me. It started off with Miss Watson saying, "What a mess you're always making, Huckleberry." But that was nothing. I knew there was something really bad coming along. Not knowing what it was, and not being able to find out anyway, I set out of the house feeling rather worried and shaky. I went down the front garden and climbed over to go through the high board fence. There, in the snow, which lay about an inch thick, I could see some fresh tracks. Someone had come up from the quarry and gone around the garden. Funny, he had not come in. As I looked at the tracks, something caught my attention. There was a cross in the left foot, heel formed by two big nails to keep off the devil. In a second, I was up and running like the devil down the hill. Every now and then I looked over my shoulder but saw no one. In no time, I was at Judge Thatcher's. "Why, my boy, you are all out of breath. Did you come for your interest?" "No, sir," I said. "Is there some for me?" "Oh, yes, over $150 has just come. You better let me put that money too in the bank for you." "No, sir," I said. "I don't want it at all. I want you to take it, the 6,000 and the interest too." He was surprised. "What do you mean, my boy?" he asked. "Please don't ask me any questions, sir. I know I'm doing. Please take it all," I said, out of breath. He looked at me for a while. "Oh," he said. "I think I know what you mean." He made me sign a paper so that it would be all proper and legal. "And here's $1 for you," he said. Later, I went back to the widow's, for there I knew I was safe. In the evening, after the day's doings, I lit my candle and made my way to my room. I shut my door with great relief and turned around. There sat Pap. Pap, who had not been seen for a whole year. I used to be very scared of Pap because he used to beat me up terribly when he got drunk. But after the first shock, I did not seem to be so afraid really. Pap was about 50 and looked his age. His ears, which was entangled, was long, black and greasy, hanging all over his face, and his eyes shone through it. His face was white, but it was a sickly white, enough to make one's flesh creep. His clothes were in rags. He sat there on my bed, one ankle resting on the other knee. The boot on that foot was busted and two of his toes stuck through, and he worked them now and then. His hat, with the top caved in, lay on the floor near his feet. We both stared at each other. Then he looked over my new clothes. Fine clothes you got on. Think you're a big shot, don't you? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not, I said. Don't you give me any of your lip and talk back to me, he said. You've put on many airs since I've been away. I'll take you down a peg or two before I'm finished with you. And they tell me you can even read and write now. You think you're better than your father, don't you? Because he can't. I'll take it all out of you. Who told you you could meddle with such foolishness? Who did? I told Pap how Widow Douglas had taken me for a son and was bringing me up to dress as I did and learn how to read and write and live like a civilized human being. It's that widow that wants to steal my son. Now look here. If I catch you about that school, I'll tan your hide properly. Now where's the money? I haven't any, I said. Now don't you lie. The whole place is talking about you being rich now. Judge Thatcher's got it. You better get it. I want it. I told Pap I had no money because I had given all to Judge Thatcher. He did not believe me. I'll go see the judge, he said in anger, and I'll find out where it is and get it. Then he searched all my pockets, found the dollar the judge had given me. I knew he would go straight into town to buy himself whiskey. The next day, Pap was drunk, and he went to see Judge Thatcher. He shouted and threatened that he would take him to court over it. But Judge Thatcher refused to give him the money, so Pap went to court. Thanks for watching.